The film Alien, released in 1979, is a true gem of the cinema world. This more than 45-year-old sci-fi film is special for many reasons. First, it's extremely rare that Alien as a sci-fi movie is still entertaining and believable decades later. Secondly, Alien is also a monster horror film, again a genre in the world of cinema where it is really difficult for a film to remain impressive and believable after decades. The movie Alien has a very large fan base. Part of the reason for the large number of fans is the film's story, which is broader than the film shown. There is plenty of content that has been filmed and written compared to what has been presented. For many Alien film fans, the question arises, what scenes and content of the Alien story have been filmed but not published? This question is answered with this video series. The answer to the question is not straightforward, easy, or simple. We could imagine that film production goes from the starting point straight to the end point, and then the film is finished. In the production of the film Alien, there are plenty of intermediate points between the starting point and the ending point, where the production of the film has wandered and searched for a different direction again and again. Before we can answer the question about the amount of filmed material, we need to find out how much filmed material there is in total, and how many supposedly relevant scenes for the film have been filmed. The total amount of film material has been answered in the book The Making of Alien by J.W. Rinzler. In the book, it is said that the film's raw material finally accumulated a whopping 163 hours and 22 minutes. Judging cautiously from this material, about 97 to 98% are multiple camera shots, retakes, and many other such filming that do not directly build a unique film. The goal of this video is to find out the video material that is critically related to the film's script structure and plot, which was cut from the final film versions. Follow-up question: how much material according to the script has been filmed but not released? The answer to this question can be found in the edited versions of the film. Alan Walbridge Ladd Jr., who was the president of 20th Century Fox during the production of the Alien movie, has told in an interview that Ridley Scott presented him with a 4-hour-long version of the Alien movie in 1978. This version was probably shown to Alan on December 12, 1978, and is the longest version of the structurally and plot-wise Alien film that has been verifiably reported to exist. Alan has said that the version he saw was significantly bloodier than the published official version. It can be assumed that this version was the work print of the film, from which the actual film was cut. Terry Rawlings, the film's editor, has said that he cut the first screening version, which was 3 hours, 12 minutes long. Another of the original Alien story writers, Ronald Shusett, has said in an interview that he saw this Rawlings version in 1978. The duration of the first version of the Alien film shown to the test audience was about 2 hours, 40 minutes. Next, the so-called rough cut version was presented, the length of which was about 2 hours, 30 minutes. This version has been shown to select people, such as Alien the Illustrated Story cartoonist Walt Simonson. The final theatrical version is 1 hour 57 minutes. The director's cut version published in 2003 is 1 hour 56 minutes. What is special about these two versions is that both follow the presentation pace and length set for the film. Consequently, all the previously unreleased material seen in the director's cut version has one scene removed and several scenes shortened from the theatrical version. When we combine the cross-cut scenes from the theatrical version and the director's cut version, the length of the film is about 2 hours and 2 minutes. There are about 18 to 19 minutes of leaked deleted scenes. Altogether, approximately 140 minutes of the film's video material can be found. This means that compared to the rough-cut version that Simonson saw, there are 10 minutes of unreleased footage. There are 20 minutes of unreleased material from the first screened version and 52 minutes of unreleased material from Terry Rawlings' first cut version. The version seen by Alan Walbridge Ladd Jr., which is likely a work print, is up to 100 minutes of unreleased material. 100 minutes is really a lot. It corresponds to the running time of a normal movie. In terms of the film's content, the first cut version is the most interesting. The work print often contains a lot of material that is not necessarily relevant from the point of view of the film's script. This video is not meant to guess and infer that missing 100 minutes into the 4-hour version. The goal is to find out the content of the script, what has possibly been filmed, but not published, regardless of the length of the film material. It is known that the length of the missing material is somewhere between 20 and 100 minutes. When the material in the videos of this video series is reviewed, the length of the missing material is also estimated in cinematic way. The script book of Terry Rawlings has mainly been used to reveal the scenes filmed. The book is a collection of scripts in which all the scenes filmed during the shoot are mainly marked. The purpose of the book has been to support Terry Rawlings in editing the film. The book consists of different revisions of the scripts, as well as script supervisors' notes. The notes reveal, among other things, the shooting order of the scenes, camera setups and filming nuances, and most importantly, which scenes were actually filmed. Terry Rawlings' script book is not perfect. It lacks a lot of filming markings, so-called slate numberings, and in some places there are noticeable deviations in the script book from the filmed material. Terry Rawlings' script book also contains entries that conflict with some other production documents. For example, a scene in the script book may be marked as deleted or not filmed, but in the production documents the same scene is marked as filmed. This same scene may even be seen in the movie. During the production, scenes have been removed, changed, reshot, or added in the middle of filming, and there have been plenty of new script revisions during the production. In addition, the script book is also missing some pages. Production documents such as call sheets by Assistant Director Raymond Beckett, notes by J.W. Rinsler, Charles Lippincotts, and H.R. Giger's notes on the production are also used in the investigation of missing scenes. The video shows all the scenes and content that differ from the shown film versions. The video does not show scenes that are presented in their entirety as such in the published film. Before we start going through the movie, one important note. Alien Vault Channel does not know 100% which unreleased scenes have been filmed and which have not. All conclusions about the filming of the scenes are based on the available material and its interpretation. Consequently, errors may occur in the results. 1. The start of the film and the introduction of the Nostromo. At the beginning of the film, there is footage of the Nostromo which was not included in the script. This footage is logical to introduce viewers to the spaceship. Ridley Scott filmed a lot of the Nostromo model and the refinery model at the end of production, of which part of the unreleased material has leaked to the public. Inside the Nostromo, according to the script, the scenes that have been filmed but not made public are a more detailed description of the engine room, a wider presentation of Parker and Brett's empty engine cubicle, the introduction of the infirmary and interior of undercarriage room. The cinematic duration of these missing scenes is estimated to be 20 seconds. 2. Waking up the crew and making breakfast. The crew's waking up from the hypersleep vaults and going to breakfast is one of the events in the film, which was not originally intended to be filmed due to budget reasons. Fortunately, the scenes were filmed in the end, although very few of these scenes ended up in the film. The following scenes have been filmed, but have not been made public. Kane's awakening scene is longer than what was cut in the film. In the longer version, the scene starts with a close-up of Kane before he wakes up. After waking up, Kane looks at the other hypersleep vaults. Kane gets up and walks to the mess hall to the food stand there, and he starts making coffee. In the hypersleep vault, Lambert sits up and asks through the intercom what time it is. Kane answers. Next, with Kane's introductions, Dallas and Ash wake up.
Ash.
Dallas asks where the coffee is. Kane answers that it's getting ready. Lambert appears in the mess hall and pours herself some coffee. In the hypersleep vault, two people sit up. Kane guesses Ripley and Parker on the intercom. Next, the third person, whom Kane guesses is Brett. Kane says, "And if we have Parker, can Brett be far behind?" After which Brett replies, "Right." Dallas looks into the hypersleep chamber and tells someone to take the cat. Ripley lifts a limp cat from one of the hypersleep vaults. One long shot and one very short shot from the scenes has been leaked to the public. In a long shot, Kane walks into the mess hall, starts making coffee, and guesses the waking crew members, and in short shot, Lambert sits up. Overall, all scenes related to waking up and making breakfast have been filmed. According to some notes, the hypersleep chamber scene was initially filmed with the cast completely naked, but was quickly changed to have all wearing underpants and the women wearing thin white tape around their breasts to cover their nipples. The estimated cinematic length of the missing scenes is set at 5 minutes, including the leaked deleted scene of Kane. 3. The Nostromo has deviated from the route and an unknown signal. After the crew eats breakfast and Dallas goes to Mother Computer, there is an opening scene where the crew gathers on the bridge, which is filmed longer. Kane, Lambert, and Ash arrive inside bridge, and they go to their seats. Dallas's seat remains empty. Before sitting down, Ripley drops the cat from her lap. The scene contains a few additional lines that are not in the film. This scene is the first shot of the film on July 3rd, 1978, and it was shot several times in its entirety. During the filming, John Finch, who first plays Kane, had an attack of pneumonia. John Hurt was quickly hired to play Kane, and the whole scene was reshot. Shot of engine room, where the reactor is working fine. Parker and Brett are in the engine cubicle room, drinking beer. They observe the operation of the machine. The men have a conversation until Ripley on the intercom tells them to go up to the mess hall. The mess hall scene has a few more lines in the script. Correspondingly, in the film, we hear dialogues that are not in the script. Also, in Listening to an Unknown Signal, there are lines in the script that are not in the movie, and correspondingly, there are lines in the movie that are not in the script. Estimated extra time for longer scenes is 1 minute. 4. Landing on a planetoid. As a whole, the events of the bridge are presented in the film as in the script. There are some more dialogues and a filmed scene where the cat watches the approaching clouds during the descent. The biggest lack of filmed scenes is in the engine cubicle room, where Parker and Brett tell the status of the engine and system during the landing. This was separately added to the script. Brett pushes button and checks the gauges. Brett says the ship has lost intake 3. Parker orders to shut down the engine. Brett wonders at Parker's speech. Parker is worried that the engine is full of dust. Brett passes the engine and steers dust out. Parker is nervous about what has happened and predicts that they will get electronic fire. On the bridge, the crew had several script lines that were filmed but not published. In addition, dialogue has been added to the script for the bridge scene, but it has not been published. The Nostromo lands, and in the engine room, a pressure valve blows and an electronic fire breaks out in 3 panels. In the engine cubicle room, Parker and Brett see the situation. Brett tries to control the situation by adjusting the equipment. The lights go out. Men take flashlights from the wall. In the script supervisor entries, these scenes are marked as deleted, but in the production documentation, the scenes are marked as filmed on September 8th and 11 to 27, 1978. In the bridge scene, several lines are filmed that are missing from the film. In the script, the screens blink and the lights turn off. Based on the markings, the scene has been filmed several times at different times. From this, it can be concluded that originally, according to the script, the fire was meant to take place in the engine room. But when the fire in the engine room was left out, the fire was reshot to take place on the bridge. There is no description of the fire on the bridge in the script. The exterior shots of the landing of the Nostromo ship are not marked shots, but there are several shootings of this in the film. In total, filmed but unpublished material is estimated to be 2 minutes.